All right, guys, it's time. It's time to take a look at the Silver Palace Gacha system. So, unfortunately, I didn't have access to the beta test. All right. Oh, man. It's okay. It's okay. I didn't have access to the beta test. Um, Maybe because I was complaining about the Gacha system, but it's all right. Um, we're gonna check out this video here made by Sticks. It says, "Okay, we need to talk about Silver Palace's Gacha." Now, the title, I ain't gonna lie, man. I love the title because that's how I be making my titles too. You got to make it, a little clickbaity. Make it seem as if what you're talking about, like there's a problem, right? But the viewers don't really know, right? So they have to click on the video and actually watch it. Okay, I see you, Sticks. You're learning from the pro. You know what I'm saying? You're learning from the clickbait title pro. But anyways, all jokes aside, I'm really curious to see what, all right, what it looks like in game because there's more details in game. Like all the details that I gave you guys yesterday, like on my last video, like it wasn't clear enough, right? There were still some questions, there were still some things that, people are concerned about, can pity carry over? And there's like a lot of things that we need, like there's like a lot of things that we need to know in order for us to like truly judge this gotcha system. So without further ado, make sure you guys go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe. I really appreciate it. Let's go ahead and check out this video.
Silver Palace beta is here. We can take a genuine, real.
Oh, they still didn't fix the font, man. I don't care what anybody says. You can literally roast me in the comment sections. I don't care. This font is not it, bro. Not it, man. Like they need to have that Victorian style font, very similar to like Grand Blue Fantasy, like the font in Grand Blue Fantasy. It gives me that fantasy RPG vibe. But when I look at Silver Palace's font, this is like some Microsoft Word shit, man. They gotta fix that.
Honest, definitive look at the gacha system. This isn't going to factor in leaks or misconstrued, misinterpreted information. On the contrary, we're going to have actual numbers, real.
Okay, so let's see. So yeah, the 100 pity thing is that's what it is, right? They did change it. Before it was 120, but now it's 100.
Numbers. Now, I also want to point out, I do not cover leaks. I've stressed this repeatedly. Never have I ever covered leaks. Never will I ever cover leaks. I prefer to have the facts and the information right in front of me that can be fact-checked, that can be verified.
When it comes to leaks, there's pros and cons to it, right? Cons is like like when you only look at leaks, you're gonna like jump to conclusions early without official information. Like for example, doom posting, right? But the pros to leaks is you can complain early and the devs will change whatever you were complaining about early before they finalize, whatever they were trying to do. That's the pros to like, looking at leaks. So, yeah, there's pros and cons to it, but at the end of the day, there's nothing really wrong with it as long as, it doesn't get to a point where every time you look at leaks it's just like misinformation. But if there's like when you look at Woowa, right? When you look at the leaks for Woowa, sometimes they're correct and sometimes they're not. Like you look at negative status, hey, most of the time that shit is correct. When you look at HSR, you guys remember the whole global passive thing, bro? That shit was funny. People were talking about that and it was correct. So, the only cons is of course doom posting, but at the same time, the pros, I feel like the pros are way better than the cons because if you complain early, then the devs will change whatever they were trying to do so that, once the game officially releases, there won't be like a huge problem. There won't be like a huge, war. Because when you look at the whole 120 pity thing, let's be real, bro. If nobody complained about that, do you guys really think the devs would change that shit to 100? I don't know, maybe, but
on the spot physically by me, not going off of secondhand information. Now, there are 4 banners, and I also want to point out real quick that I did also make a tweet about this over on Twitter just a little bit ago, and it looks as though people do seem to be misconstruing the gacha system a little bit. That's why I want to take the time to actually create this video in specific. Hopefully clear things up for everyone. There are 4 banners. Before jumping in, though, I will also know, it says down here, Revelation rules, the gacha here is called Revelation, are for testing reference only. Please refer to the official launch version. So what this means is that the actual launch version of the game will likely, or at the very least, could potentially be very different. It could be better or worse than.
why can't they just fix this shit from the jump? And I'm saying this like if the system sucks, right? Why can't they just make the adjustments that players want from the start? I don't get it, man.
And what is currently available. So I do urge you to, if you don't like what you see, go ahead, leave feedback, make your voice heard, and maybe make it better for everyone. But let's actually tackle the gacha rates. The guaranteed limited 5-star character is confirmed to be guaranteed within 100 total pulls. 100, which means upon hitting pull number 100, you obtain the character. And I'm going to go into pretty elaborate.
Okay, let's see it, man. Let's see it. About limited time. Okay, I'm not reading that. I don't know. What is it? Repertoire. The Vengeful Ant is a limited time repertoire. Okay. Limited time repertoire events share a featured rate up 5-star character guarantee mechanic, which resets once you obtain a featured 5-star character. Okay, so when you get the 5-star character, that's when it resets. The featured 5-star character. We already know this. The base probability to reveal a 5-star character is 0.8%, with an overall probability of 1.8%, including guarantees. 5-star characters include the current featured 5-star character and standard characters. Up to 100 revelations guarantee at least one current featured 5-star character. All right.
Elaborate detail here because people on Twitter don't seem to understand. There are dozens of replies of people going, so what does that mean? The Vengeful Ant, which is the name of this limited banner, is a limited time banner. The banner events share a featured rate up 5-star character guarantee mechanic. I will also point out here, this does say events, plural. We will get into that in just a moment, which resets once you obtain the featured 5-star character. This means that if you obtain the character at, like, let's say pull 18, it will drop back to 0. But if you don't obtain it by pull 99, you are guaranteed to obtain it at pull 100. Every 10 pulls, you get one 4-star character. The base probability to actually obtain a 5-star character is 0.8%, which is Wuthering Waves rates, better than Genshin's, with an overall probability of 1.8%. This includes the guarantee. It's honestly not bad. The 5-star character includes the current featured 5-star character and standard characters. These are the characters you can obtain on the way to 100. So this is where people seem to be, I think, misconstruing what is going on. So there are people that believe there is a 50-50, and there are people that believe there is not a 50-50 based off of this information, because there is a guarantee at 100, but there's no.
There is still a 50-50 though, because when you're working your way up to 100 pity, there's a chance that you're going to get the standard character, right?
No way to fail the guarantee. There's no point where you hit a 50-50. Let me open here real quick the definition of a 50-50 using Genshin terminology. With the 50-50 system, if you lose a 50-50, your next 5-star on the limited character or the weapon banner is guaranteed to be whoever or whatever the
wait, so there isn't a 50-50
character or weapon is or are. That doesn't apply to Silver Palace because there's a guarantee at 100, but never are you guaranteed the character before 100. So to elaborate a little more, if you, let's say in Genshin Impact, I think the polls are at like 90 for the first 50-50, then 180 for the second 50-50. So you can make it to pull, like, let's say 85 out of 90 and still get nothing, and then fail on pull 86. At pull 86, you drop down to 0. Then you have to start from 0 all the way to 90 again because you failed your 50-50. In Silver Palace, if you make it to pull 85 out of 100 and you get a 5-star character, it does not reset to 0.
Okay.
If the character is not the limited character, you're still at pull 85.
Okay, that's all I wanted to know. That's all I wanted to know. So, if you get a 5-star character early, right? Then you can still work your way up to 100. It doesn't reset. I'm cool with that. You see what I'm saying? I'm cool with that. And yeah, I'm cool with that. Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah. That's all I wanted to know. Because if it was, oh, you get the 5-star character early and then boom, it resets, it would be like, what the hell? But you lose it early, you can still work your way up. It doesn't reset.
And you only have 15 pulls left to go to hit that guarantee because there's no 50-50 failure system at all. There's just RNG allowing you to pull 8 different 5-star characters, 30 different 5-star characters on the way to that 100 guarantee. It is called a 50-50 because your first ever 5-star character on a limited banner only has a 50% chance of actually being the rate up character. Same goes for every 5-star after you pull the rate up character. This is not the case for Silver Palace. On the contrary, it is always a 100 guarantee. That is it. There is no 100% guarantee outside of that 100 guarantee. It doesn't matter if you fail or you don't fail. It doesn't matter if you pull 7 characters before that 100 guarantee, the limited banner character. For example, you pull...
And then that's like the difference between... That's what... Okay. I ain't gonna lie, that's pretty good. Because when you look at the Arknight's Infill Gacha system, the weapon banner is essentially tied to the character banner. I don't know how the weapon banner works in this game, if they even have one. But when you're pulling for a character in Arknight's Infill, you have to, like, in order for you to, like, get the weapon for that character, you're essentially, like, you're essentially forced to pull for that unit. But the thing is, in Arknight's Infield, you have to go all in. Because if you don't go all in, pity just resets, right? It literally resets. And you can lose the 50-50 again. So in that game, you can lose infinite 50-50s and pretty much never get that featured character. And that's what really sucks about that game, to be honest, right? But the fact that in Silver Palace, when you lose that 50-50 and never resets and you can still work your way up to 100, that's great, man. That's great. Now, you have to look out for the weapon banner if they do have one. I want to see how that system works. And of course, the economy argument, guys. We already know the economy argument is coming soon. How many pulls are going to give us per patch, though? That's what we should be worried about. Hey, man, it's a gacha company, bro. When it comes to these gacha companies and their economy, bro, don't expect too much, man.
Gene, next 5-star is guaranteed to be the rate up. That's not the case. You can pull 30 different characters and still not have, in terms of what a 50-50 actually is in gacha games. I think this overview is actually kind of...
Okay, so he's just explaining what 50-50. I mean, we already know what that means. Let's keep skipping here.
Away as I possibly can. You can get multiple different 5-star characters that are standard characters, or you could pull 5 of the featured 5-star character as well. But that is how the system functions. So
okay, what is this? You receive a bonus 20 mind shards upon obtaining a 5-star character for the first time. So this is like their coral system, similar to Woo, where like when you pull a character, you get a little currency. And then you can use that currency to buy more pulls, you know, some resources, or even get dupes on that character. I think that's what it is. The next 6 duplicates of that 5-star character will be converted into that character's trait. You'll also receive 20 mind shards.
So you can see how people
just like their
are
constellation system.
misinterpreting how the 50-50 system works, or if there's a 50-50 system present. It's honestly, it's a little bit convoluted. Granted, the 4-star unit acquisition is the same as always in Gacha games, 6% overall probability of 13%. You're guaranteed.
That's one of the main things I always complain about when it comes to the Gacha system in these Gacha games. It's so convoluted, bro. Like the fact that we're all coming together and we're trying to like we're reading the details. We're like, okay, so it's 100% guaranteed. Like it's like, oh my gosh, bro, that's crazy, man. That's how y'all know we are getting sick and tired of 50-50, dude. Like the fact that I'm like the first thing I like understand, guys, the beta test came out yesterday, right? It came out yesterday. I'm not even watching gameplay. The first thing I'm worried about is the gacha system. That's the first thing I'm covering. And then later on we could talk about the gameplay, and what people think about the game. But we gotta tackle this gacha system first, bro. Cause I'm telling y'all, man, I'm getting sick and tired of this predatory bullshit. Like, it's just getting annoying.
Guaranteed a 4-star character for every 10 pull. You receive duplicates. These duplicates provide you mind shards. The mind shards you actually use to purchase more pulls.
Okay, so I was
pulls,
right.
Standard pulls for
yeah, so that's like the coral exchange, whatever.
the weapon and for the character, along with memories over here. And that is the gacha system for the characters.
All right.
Honestly, that's pretty good because there is
like I'm cool with this. Y'all can let me know what y'all think in the comment section down below, but everything I was worried about, it's not in here. Right? It's not in here. If they didn't apply the changes that they made, like for example, when we look at the 120 thing, right? The first video I made about this. If it was 120 to 50-50, whatever, okay, that would have been complete booty cheeks. But the changes that they made, pretty good, dude. Like I literally have zero complaints for the character banner. I have no complaints at all. Now, all we have left is literally the weapon banner. We have to see how that is.
There's no reset until you get the limited banner character. And as you can see up here, it does say limited time repertoire event share a featured character guarantee. So in Arknights Enfield, as an example, if you get to, like, I think the guarantee is 120. So if you get to 110 out of 120, but you can't make it to 120, that guarantee, then the next banner comes around, it's reset to 0. In this, if you make it to 95 out of 100 and the next banner comes around, that remains 95 out of 100 because they share.
Hey, okay. I ain't gonna lie, bro. This is so confusing to a lot of people, because when I saw this, I was like, what the fuck do they mean by this? All they have to say is, oh yeah, pity carries over. Like, this convoluted garbage, dude. Like, just stop, dude. Just stop with this, man. Just say it straight up. Hey, guys, pity carries over. Goodness, man.
The guarantee mechanic, or at least that is what I am getting.
But this is like a smart tactic that these companies do. Like, they make it really sound confusing on paper. So like people be like, you know what? Let me just test it out. Let me just pull for the character. Let me see how it actually works. It's a smart tactic, bro. Make you want to pull.
From the usage of the term event, which is a plural, meaning that there is a full carryover guarantee mechanic in place to stop you from losing it.
So that answers y'all questions, because I had some people commenting down below my videos asking, is there pity carryover? Yes, there is.
That is much more free-to-play friendly. You have a reduced guarantee at 100 instead of 120.
And what blows my mind is there's people who like literally complain about this. Like, when we bring this point up for Arknights Info Gacha, like when we said, oh, pity doesn't carry over, they're like, oh, you're just a gambling addict. No. If a free-to-play player, if they can't reach 120 pity, right? And they literally got all the pulls in that patch, and there's nothing they can do but spend money. Well, guess what? When the next character comes, it resets to 0, and they won't be able to get that next character again if there's not enough pulls to get that character. So the whole like, oh, you're just a gambling addict. No. Pity carry over essentially gives free-to-play players some grace. Like if you can't get that character, well, don't worry. When the next character drops, you only have to do like 10 more pulls because you had 110, and you'll get that character guaranteed. We're not gonna reset it for you. That's why pity carryover is good. That's literally why it's good. It's free to play friendly. Like I don't understand that shit. It makes no sense. Like, oh, you're just a gambling addict. No, it's the complete opposite.
You have a carryover, meaning that it seems like you're never going to lose the progress that you made. This is actually a very good gacha system. You have the guarantee, and you can get dozens of 5 stars on the way to that guarantee with it never ever resetting.
Yeah.
That is a very good gacha.
That was the issue. That was the issue with Arc Knight's Infield, bro. If you don't reach that 120 for that character, that shit resets once the next banner comes up.
System. It's essentially a spark system that's used in Nikkei and Blue Archive and Fate Grand Order and other gacha games just like it. The weapon banner or the motives are the exact same. Exactly. The only difference is instead of 100 guarantee, it is an 80 guaranteed. So 0.8%
okay, so 80 guaranteed. All right. So let me see here. The base probability to reveal a 5-star motive. Up to 80 revelations guarantee the current featured 5-star. Nice, bro. All right. Hey, that's it, y'all. This shit looks good.
1.8% max probability, and you still get mind shards. That is it. That is the gacha for the featured weapon and the featured character. Now moving on to the standard, you get a guaranteed 5-star character within 80 draws for both the motive and the character. The rates are the same, 0.8% with a max probability of 1.8%. It looks like there is complete RNG. The characters you obtain seem to be completely random from what I can.
Okay, that makes sense because it is standard banner. You have multiple 5-star characters on a standard banner, so of course it's going to be RNG.
See, 80 revelations guarantees at least one 5-star character, and the character.
It would be nice if you can select which 5-star you want, though. But hey, I don't really mind.
Here are these 3. So they're the 3 characters you can obtain from the standard banner, and that's it. That is the entire gacha. It's honestly very good. It's nice. I mean, sure, it could be better. Maybe if they reduce 100 polls to.
Yeah, I'll say the only complaint that I have is they can reduce it from 100 to 80, right? But hey, they low-key did take out 50-50 because when you look at the 50-50 system, if you lose 50-50, then pity resets. That's like the whole gimmick behind 50-50. When you don't get the featured character, you get a standard character, the pity resets. That's the worst thing about 50-50. But in this case, if you get a standard 5-star character early, well, it doesn't matter because you can still work your way up and get that 5-star guaranteed character. Now, of course, I can still see some people complaining, saying, why can't they just let us get the character 100% guaranteed on the limited time banner? Sure, but at the end of the day, bro, you're still 100% guaranteed to get that featured character no matter what, as long as you have those pulls.
Like 80 or 90 pulls? Yeah, that might be a lot better. Now, one thing I will point out here that definitely factors into how free-to-play friendly this is going to be is the cost is, I believe, over 3,000. I think it was, I don't remember specifically because I don't have the currency to pull for it right now. It was between 3,000 to 3,600, which is, like half of Arc Knight's Enfields, but also more than some other games. It's kind of, I think, more similar to something like Stellasora. And I mean, other gacha.
So it really, it really just comes down to the whole economy thing. Once again, how many pulls do they give per patch for free-to-play players?
Yeah, sure, but we don't know the pull economy yet, but I know that anything over like 15 or 1600 is kind of expensive, but we might get a lot of pulls. I don't know. We might be able to find a lot of pulls out in the world. I don't know. Or maybe they're going to lots of events to give us lots of pulls. I'm not entirely sure. But anything over 3,000 is kind of exorbitant, and I'm not just going to sit here and glaze the gacha. I do like the guarantee. I do like the fact you can.
Yeah, like when it comes to the gacha system, I do like the fact that, it's 100% guaranteed no matter what, even though you get a standard character. Weapon banner, it's 80. Like the weapon banner is literally Wuwa's weapon banner, which is fine. Yeah, like all that's left to complain is, all that's left to worry about is how the economy is, because it is a little bit more expensive compared to other games where like a multi summon costs 1,600, but for this one it's like above like 3,000. So yeah, how many pulls are they going to give per patch?
Get a bunch of different 5 stars on the way to the guarantee, with the guarantee carryover as well, but it costing over 3,000 is just not, I think, good. I
Yeah.
think if they reduce that to 1,500, I think it would be a lot better overall in terms of being a gacha game. Those are my thoughts. There's a lot of good here, but there's also some bad as well. And this is why I don't trust leaks, because everything people were telling me were just worst gacha system ever, 100 times worse than Arknight's Enfield, blah, blah, blah. And what I'm seeing here is just a lot better. And
But they did change it though. You know what I'm saying? Like what people were complaining about, that's what it actually was. But then they changed it. Right? The 120 thing, they actually tried to go with that, but then they changed it to 100 instead. So
maybe once we played more of it, we can see the kind of a pull economy we have, or a basis to the pull economy anyway, like a foundation of what we have. I'll have a better understanding of it, and I can, go over that in a video. I don't know, but until then, I'm
all right. So that's it for the video, man. We're gonna give that a like. But yeah, that is the gotcha system for Silver Palace. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section down below. Damn, I put a fat dent in my head, bruh. Y'all know that Tyler one meme where he put the fucking headset on, it's like a dent in his shit. But yeah, it seems pretty solid. Like everything that we covered on my last video, that's what it is, just some more information. So pity carries over, all right? So if you're working way up to 100, right? And let's say you change your mind, you don't want to get that character anymore. Well, the pity doesn't reset when the next character comes. You can continue. You can do like what? One more 10 point, you get that character guaranteed. So that's great. Um there is low key no 50/50 because when you get a standard character, right? Let's say you're working way up to 100 pity, you're working way up to that. It like the pity counter doesn't reset. You can still try to get that character once you reach 100 pity because it's guaranteed. So low key, there isn't a 50/50. It's still there, right? 50/50 is still there because you're not there. Like, you can't really get that character if you trigger that 5-star character early. But overall, you're still guaranteed to get that feature 5-star character no matter what. So, like, it's essentially like a safety net in a way, right? There's a safety net. So, yeah. Weapon banner, right? Weapon banner is exactly like Wooba's weapon banner. 80 pity, guaranteed. No 50/50. I'm pretty sure if you get, I don't know if like for the weapon banner they put other 5-star weapons in there. Maybe they do. I have to look at that again, but I don't think they did that. Um, Standard banner, right? It's just like every other gotcha game. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So all we have left to pretty much like worry about is the economy. Once again, every single time when it comes to these new gotcha games, how is the economy? How free to play friendly is it? We have the economy, and when it comes to events, right? Are we gonna have login events where we log into the game and they're gonna give us pulls, right? When you look at Woobo, when you look at these gotcha games, when you log in, like every update, every patch, they give you like free pulls, right? Are they going to do that in Silver Palace? So I hope they do that, right? I hope there's like a daily login event thing for Silver Palace where we can get at least 10, right? 10 free limited pulls or even 5. I'll take 10 though. 10 is good, right? A free 10 pull per patch. I'll take that. So yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see. There's gonna be some more details dropping later on, because people have access to the beta test. So I'm gonna drop some more videos for you guys. But that is it, man. That is it for the gotcha system in Silver Palace. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comment section down below. Hope you guys have a good one, and we catch you guys on the next one. Adios.